There you go. This shit is just diabolical. Like, I mean, at this point, I just don't know what to say. Hold on. There you go. There you go. I don't know why it keeps on rolling around my camera. But yeah, this is one of the things that I wanted to show you guys. It's just fucking crazy. At this point, I still don't understand how shit like this is happening. But look at this. 5th grade teacher impregnated by 12-year-old student, bro. 12-year-old student. This was literally one day ago. It's mind-boggling to me. This is really mind-boggling to me, bro. Like, I mean, I get it. Like, when we were kids, especially in my time, I don't know what it is or what it would be now, but in my time, when we were kids growing up, would have fantasies of like, oh yeah, especially like the gym, like our gym teacher, like if I'm like a good looking gym teacher, like everyone will have fantasies with them, or with our Spanish teacher. Well, I was in Spain anyways, but with our English teacher or whatnot. So it was kind of like we had those, but shit like that never happened. You know what I mean? Like teachers, at least our teachers, they knew the barriers. They knew what was on. Like, bro, or maybe we were just too ugly for our teachers to notice us or something. But it's like, yeah, I get it. We had those fantasies, but it never happened. None of our friends, nothing. Like no one, none of that never happened around us. Like, but bro, what? Like, how do you even get to the point of being impregnated by a 12-year-old, bro? It's a baby. It's not even like that's a baby. How do you get impregnated by a baby? You've literally raped the baby. Like what? Like what? You know what? Let's hear what is going on in this shit. Okay, let's just hear what's going on in this shit, because this is just you just go from one shit to another, bro. Let's hear it, chat. Let's hear it. Skip this.
Teacher is accused of sexually abusing. A New Jersey elementary school teacher is accused of sexually abusing a student for years and having his baby, despite him being a child himself. And get this shocking case came to light after the...
It just started. I thought it was kind of like a 1 or 2 time thing, you know, like for years. So wait, maybe it started when the kid was like 10. What? I didn't even know you could ejaculate when you're 10. Bro, or 12. Like, what? All right.
The alleged victim's father noticed an uncanny resemblance between the teacher's baby and his own son. Now, the teacher is facing...
Hey, yo! No way! No way! The grandfather actually found out. I was like, why the heck does your kid look the same as my own son, bro? Yo! And they must have looked so much alike for the grandfather to say something like that. They must have looked so much alike. How much old was the baby? Because obviously if the baby was like recently born or something, it's like, okay, you might not see it. You might not see too much of familiarity, especially if you, because who would in their right mind would be like, oh, your baby looks like my kid. You know what I mean? Like, especially if they're not like if they're not close by blood or something, like by family relationship or something. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this is just so damn weird.
Serious charges as disturbing details emerge from their alleged relationship. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber.
Yo, shit is crazy.
Hey everybody, this is a law and crime legal alert. Did you know that children are being diagnosed with serious conditions like type 2 diabetes and non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, and the research is potentially linking ultra-processed foods to this? Yeah, well, Morgan & Morgan is stepping in to fight to hold these food companies accountable. With decades of experience fighting large corporations, they are ready to stand /food to learn more. 34-year-old Laura Caron was a 5th grade teacher at Middle Township Elementary School out in New Jersey when she was arrested last week for child sex crimes. Prosecutors say she raped a student from 2016 to 2020, starting when he was just 11 years old.
11 years
but
old.
Here's where the case.
Nah, I'm sure it was. I'm sure it started when the kid was 10. I'm sure it was when he was 10, bro. At this point, just maybe they're just trying to like just take off a little bit of years out of her. Nah, I'm sure that shit started when he was 10. 11, 10, same shit.
Takes an even more disgusting and disturbing turn, because in 2019, when the victim was 13, Caron...
Wait. So if it started when he was like 11, said by them, and it's gone all the way since he was 13, as I said, might as well just start when he was 10. You know what I mean? Like, all the way since he was 13, and they're saying impregnated her when he was 12. But he did that when he was 13. So it's like they've been almost on a 3 years relationship, bro. Not even relationship, abuse. That's not relationship. What the fuck? Why would I say relationship? That's abuse. 3 years abuse that kid is being put on, bro. That shit is bullshit.
Gave birth to his child. She was 28 at the time. So
28.
Uncover this. How'd they find out about this alleged abuse?
Is that the kid?
Different. So it all started with a social media post, apparently, because it's being reported that in December of 2024, the victim's father made a Facebook post pointing out that Caron's 5-year-old child bore a striking resemblance to both himself and his son, the alleged victim in this case.
No, I thought you just looked like a son, but obviously it makes sense that you would look kind of like the grandpa as well. So just imagine you as a dad. You go to like a teacher's meeting or whatever, how he noticed that, maybe on social media. Just imagine you see your son's teacher, right? Baby. And that baby looks kind of damn like you, or if not like your son, because obviously you can see your son more, like you would kind of like be able to, but it looks like your son, like your 12, 13-year-old son. What would you do?
This post apparently raised a lot of red flags and sparked an investigation. We have a lot to get into. I want to talk about this more. I want to bring on former prosecutor and current sexual misconduct investigator Dan Shore, who's also the author of 2 books. Am I right, Dan? What are the titles of those books, in case people?
Yeah, one is called Final Table.
Chad, what are your thoughts so far?
And I have a new novel coming out in August that'll be distributed.
What do you guys think so far about all of these shit?
They're both about sexual misconduct issues, and you could find
just what we've heard of.
Else that books are sold.
All right, sounds good. So now I'm happy to have you here to talk about this, because this is a weird one. I mean, it's a disturbing one, but the idea
disturbing.
That the
It's disturbing.
Had made this post, and that's what sparked an investigation. Does it usually happen like that?
It's certainly unusual, and we live in an age.
Does it usually happen like that? Do teachers just usually go around sexually abusing their students, bro? Their 12-year-old students? Does it usually happen like that? No, it doesn't. Oh, I hope it does not. I mean, obviously, we've had cases of teachers having sex with their students, and that, like, there's a lot. Even in the UK, one of them got sent to prison not long ago because she was having a relationship with I think was 14 or something like 16, maybe even less. I can't, but it was a little bit older than him, but still a baby. Yeah, I mean, come on. Usually,
people are posting their thoughts on Facebook in a very unfiltered way, and usually you think if a father suspected that, he might go straight to law enforcement or to a school authority. Here, according to law enforcement, it started with a Facebook post where he was saying that the child looked like him and his son. And people fortunately picked up on that. It's important that if someone sees...
I mean, that's kind of like normal, right? I guess dude didn't want to just go to the police straight on. after seeing it and being like, oh yeah, my son's teacher skid looks like me and looks like my son. I mean, at that point, they'll probably maybe even the police would not do anything. They'll probably just be like, yeah, so maybe it's just coincidence. You know what I mean? Like what? But I guess he put it on Facebook and to be like, am I the only one that's creeping out? Like, am I the only one that's tripping right now? Like, am I the one that's seeing that this teacher's baby looks like me and my son? He was kind of like to get confirmation. That's what I feel like that was what the dad was doing, to like get confirmation that yes, they look exactly the same or they look alike. And after that, he would like be like, oh yeah, so if it's not just me now and lots of people are saying the same thing, that means there's something weird here, something weird.
Something online and there's an indication that there might be something egregious that happened, such as child sex abuse, that someone did escalate that and it did get to law enforcement and they were able to investigate it, because a lot of times people see things online and they just figure, well, it's not my problem, I'm not going to do anything about it. Apparently other people did raise flags about this, and that led to this investigation. And
so it wasn't even like the father that ended up raising the red flag. He just posted it, and it was others that actually called the police. Well, then he's a dumbass. He should have just called the police at that point. I thought he was like trying to get see if other people were on the same boat with him before he went to the police. But I guess other people were just quicker than him. Wow.
Arrest.
We covered a case recently where somebody posted on social media, I forgot which platform, that they were the victim of abuse that had been going on at the school, and that, you know, things go viral, videos go viral, people said, oh, that same thing happened to me. And so it's amazing when you think about the power of social media. We talk about the negative influences of it, but the powerful influences of it, actually spreading a message and gaining awareness and traction, that you're seeing something like that. Now, going back to this case, according to detectives, Caron had reportedly been this victim's 5th grade teacher, as well as his brothers. And she reportedly befriended their parents, gained their trust, even offering to babysit the couple's 3 children at her home, which is what we're about to get into, is where much of this abuse happened. Dan, do you usually see that where somebody will befriend the parents, you know, as a way to get into that household or bring the...
That just makes things more creepy, right? Like she had her eyes set on him. Like that's on some predator shit. Like that is, bro, onto becoming like a nanny. Like what? This actually the first time I've heard a teacher has taken on a job to become a nanny for one of their students. That's just weird. Like, just saying it like just sounds weird already. It sounds gross. Like, why would you do that? Don't you have enough work as a teacher already? Don't you need to prep work already? Do you need that much money that you have to become my son's carer or babysitter? Like, huh? Okay.
The children into their environment. You know, you go after the parents, you go after the family, and that becomes even more concerning about who do you trust.
Absolutely. I think the stereotype in society for parents is to worry about the child being grabbed in a park by a stranger or on a playground. And there's this stranger danger that if I turn my head for a few seconds, my child's going to be taken or something dangerous is going to happen.
This is an insane website for Amazon resellers that feels illegal to know. It's a wholesale.
Those things do happen, but the much greater danger in society is people that you trust, people that ingratiate themselves to a family, become people who the family looks to as someone.
But why a teacher though? Why would a student family have such a close relationship with a teacher? Like, if they were not friends before or anything, like, why would that relationship even come to be? You know what I mean? That type of relationship even come to be. Like, that's just weird.
They're safe because they're with this person who we know. And unfortunately, most cases of sex abuse that I've seen in my career, and I've been investigating these for about 25 years, they generally involve people that the parents knew or the child knew. And those are the ones that are often
obviously
ones who are committing acts like this. And
look at her, bro.
It's tough when you want to trust someone. I know
you don't even look 28. You don't even look 28. Maybe that's why you, but Oh man. She looks 30. She looks like she's in mid-30s or something. 28? All right.
You want to
Cool.
trust the people in your community. You want to trust the caregivers. Unfortunately, those are often the people who abuse that trust, or at least the people who commit sex abuse tend to be the ones who are in positions of
But
trust.
why kids don't? I don't know, men out there for you.
Real big issue that we're seeing a lot, particularly the stories we cover here on Sidebar. Now, at first, these kids, so the victim, the brother, the sister, they would have had these sleepovers, or they had these sleepovers at Karen's home. But eventually, for some reason that hasn't really been released, the victim and his siblings, they started living full time with Karen. And in fact, during her first appearance at her hearing last week, the judge referred to Karen as a, quote, resource family parent for the children, which is, when in New Jersey, our understanding is what they refer to as foster parents. And Karen attended that hearing virtually, by the way, from jail. But during an interview with the...
Wait. What? I mean, maybe there's more to the backstory that I'm not getting. If any of you know exactly how this worked, like how that relationship, what is literally bugging me is how that relationship even like end up, like the family of the kid end up being in so close with her and her family, I guess, or to the point where the kids were basically living with her, like basically living in like where were the parents? What were the kids' parents then? Well, oh my, how was the teacher taking? Oh my, bro.
Detectives, the victim's sister.
If anyone knows how the whole like that relationship happened, let me know down below in the comment section. I really want to know.
Chilling details about what she witnessed. She said that she would often wake up to find her brother sleeping in Karen's bed, despite the fact that the kids shared a room upstairs. Even more disturbing, she claimed that Karen would enter the bathroom and lock the door when her brother was showering. And the victim's brother told police he once witnessed Karen sexually assaulting his brother.
No way she would even do that in front of other kids, bro. She's a freak. She needs to be locked in and never let out. Like never let out. That woman is a complete freak, a monster. Like you letting other kids watch when you, and I'm sure she knew that the kids are watching as well. Oh my days, that's oh Jesus. Why do people think of things like this? There's OnlyFans. Like you got OnlyFans, go on OnlyFans and go show yourself there. All of them men will come and simp on you. Like, why do stuff like this? Oh my days, to kids, bro. Yeah, she's a freak. Lock her in. Never let her out, bro. Never.
When they thought he was asleep. And by the way, Dan, just to stop there, it's one thing in a lot of these cases we have the testimony or the potential testimony of the victim, the child themselves. You know, the idea of, oh, at a trial, they're going to be the only ones who'll testify to the abuse. But now if you have other eyewitnesses, other children, that raises this to a different level.
It does. That's what I'm saying. It just makes her evil. Like evil out of like, I'm like, yeah, you've already committed such an atrocity already for abusing a little boy, a little kid like that for how many years? But to do it when their sisters or little brothers are watching, yeah, you Satan. You deserve to be locked up by yourself with no one else, by yourself. Locked up.
Because child sex abuse generally does happen with no one else around, so it is hard sometimes to prove those cases. And of course, this defendant, all defendants are innocent until proven guilty. We'll hear as this case proceeds what her defense is, but certainly having another sibling who's saying that they witnessed something,
bro,
including the actions that you described,
bro,
that supports that the allegations.
That's crazy to me, Chad. That's just,
now from the defendant's side, they'll have to demonstrate it.
That's just getting the kids full-on trauma. Full-on trauma, bro.
If they decide to contest these charges, why the sister might be saying that if it's not true, but if it is true, that certainly corroborates the allegations. Listen.
How will you say it's not true? A kid will not wake up Like a kid will not wake up just a random day and start saying, "Oh yeah, I saw my teacher doing that to him," when it's never happened. Like they will not. They don't grow up and just know about them shit. Like especially a kid, they don't have that time to just go around and yeah, kids invent stuff, kids lie some of the times, but you could tell when kids are lying, when kids are like not being truthful or whatnot. You could tell that kids that easy to read. But when a kid comes out with something like this, bro, it's already serious enough. Like there's no way you cannot believe that kid is like, bro, why would he just wake up and say, I saw you doing sexual stuff, or as they would probably say, like adult stuff or whatnot with my little brother?
We have a child here who is supposedly the biological son of the abuse victim. So just DNA testing from that will certainly prove that there was sex abuse that occurred, since the son was underage. Underage in a very significant way. This isn't someone who is just barely underage. This is someone who is very underage.
Very underage. That's the thing. It's not like the kid, the boy is 16, 17 that you could say, oh, at least probably it's not his first time that he's had sex. He probably already had sex before or whatnot. But even then, it's already like bad enough. But no, it's a fucking 13 years old, 12 years old. And by the time they even started having that relationship, the kid was probably 10.
Young. And if this is true, this was a significant violation of trust and very damaging to that child.
Bro.
Yep, 100%. You can't forget. It's
traumas for years, bro.
Disturbing to say, but that baby is not only a living child who is now born into what is a very difficult set of circumstances, but also is now a key piece of evidence. Think about it like that.
Yeah.
So, going back to what I mentioned before.
And the thing is, like, the father's life is fucked up. Father is living 13, maybe even 12 when they had the baby. Like, bro, obviously, there's no way the 12-year-old is going to take off the baby, because obviously the mom has to be locked up. And 12-year-old is not going to take off the baby. Dude hasn't even finished school yet. Like, oh my God.
One of the siblings also claimed that after that baby was born, the victim moved into Caron's bedroom permanently. When interviewed by police earlier this month, the victim, who's now an adult, confirmed that there was a sexual relationship with his former teacher. He said that he had remained in contact with Caron up until his father's Facebook post in December. And in that post, the man said that Caron's child looked a lot like himself and his son. He noted in the post that Caron had been his son's teacher.
So, when, obviously, this is, I said it before, it was 2019 or something like that when all of that started. So now the boy is probably in 17, 18 years old, maybe even close to 19. So the baby is probably big now, like probably 5 years old. So that's why they were able to see the striking resemblance, because obviously the more a baby grows, the more the baby's features are more defined. So you can like tell who he resemble more or less. And oh my days, that makes sense. Just imagine the boy has been going through all that shit since when he left, probably finished school and whatnot. Still thinking about all those, and as he said, they kept in contact. Maybe she had him like, oh yeah, don't tell anyone, because, well, that's what they all do. Don't tell anyone, because if not, you're gonna end up going in jail. Like, she actually put it on him, like he'll be the one going on jail because he's had a kid with her, kind of stuff like that. That's how they do to manipulate people, to manipulate the victim. And it's just crazy to me that it's been going on for so long. And the victim is now an adult, and it's, oh shit, and it feels like they just barely found out because of like the post a couple of weeks ago or whatnot. This shit's just crazy.
The post was brought to the attention of the school superintendent, who then called the police. That's how this all started.
Yo, what are you saying, Lauren?
The criminal complaint.
What are you saying? How are you?
Post, After the
I'm doing
Facebook
great.
post was published,
I'm doing great. Thanks. I'm doing great. Well, yeah, I was doing great, but after now that I'm reacting to this, it's just yeah,
in
I'm
December,
pissed. I'm
the
pissed.
victim reportedly called his younger brother, confessed he was the father of Karen's baby, and the victim's sister also apparently told police that her brother texted her to admit he was the father, but demanded that she keep it a secret so Karen wouldn't get in trouble.
See?
That is a very common symptom we see as well.
Exactly what I said, Chad. Exactly what I said. That's a very, very common symptom that would just blame everything, make it look like, oh yeah, if this goes out, like her life is ruined, like and you're gonna put the fault on the victim to make the victim feels bad. Like literally, we just played a game that women were doing that. Didn't I just say that shit, Chad? Like on the game of fucking Dynasty Warriors, Do Chang, that was her name, right? Do Chang. That she literally was psychologically like manipulating us, like, oh yeah, if you don't help us, I'm gonna go die, this and that, and we actually end up helping her. This bitch literally doing the same thing. Oh yeah, if you go and tell them, I'm gonna get sent to jail, and it's gonna be all your fault. Your baby, our baby is probably gonna be sent to some orphanage and whatnot. Just make him feel bad, not to tell no one, just to shut his mouth. And it's been going on for years, bro. That's torture. That is torture. That is torture, bro. And sick people only do that, bro. Sick people.
Well, right? The idea of why hasn't this been reported
Oh,
earlier?
I'm going through a
Why is this only
disaster
coming
right
out
now, but anyways,
it could be
I'm a
that you don't
survivor.
want to
You remember
complicate
me?
the life of the mother.
Wait, when you say you're going through a disaster right now, what do you mean? Are you all right? I hope you're okay though. Hope you're okay. And when you say Lawrence, that the name does sound familiar. It sounds familiar, like we've seen, like we've spoke before on probably Twitch Twitch messages, probably. But that name sounds really familiar. It sounds really familiar.
Mother of your child, or these victims, or these alleged victims, when they're so young.
In KCD2, whatever you do as Henry will have consequences.
They don't want to get the teachers in trouble. They might not realize that anything wrong is going on, Dan. There's a number of reasons why we see this not being reported sooner, right?
Yeah, we see that victims of sex abuse of all ages, including adults, there's misplaced self-blame. There's sometimes affinity towards the abuser because they did have it.
Yeah, that's what we were just saying.
And they may feel they don't want to get them in trouble.
Well, like the blame would just be all on the victims.
What do we tell kids all the time? Trust your teachers. Listen to your teachers. Don't talk back to your teachers, right? So children are raised to think, well, my teacher can do no wrong. They've
got authority. Yeah.
If the teacher is grooming them and taking advantage of that grooming and that trust to sexually abuse them, a lot of children may not understand what's wrong, what's right, or if they do, they're afraid of retaliation. They're afraid of getting in trouble. Very often, we don't know about this case in particular, but a lot of times the abusers of underage people will say to them, if people find out, you will get in trouble. You'll be punished. You'll have consequences.
That's what I just said, Chad. That is what I said.
Somebody who's afraid to speak up.
So what do we know about Laura Caron? Well, she was apparently raised in Pennsylvania, attended Cabrini University.
All right, let's see what this psycho of a human. I don't even want to call you a human being, bro. Like, that's just psycho of an animal. Let's see what it's all about. See if we can figure out what is wrong with her mind, basically.
Played on the school's women's basketball team, studied elementary education according to the university's basketball roster. She started working at Middle Township Elementary School No. 2 in 2014, not long after graduating. This is according to New Jersey pension records. And the school district says that Caron has been placed on paid administrative leave pending the investigation. In a statement, Superintendent Dr. David Salvo said, when the district was first advised of the allegations, the staff member was immediately placed on and continues to be on paid administrative leave. And Caron is currently being held at the Cape May County Correctional
she should be
Facility.
fired.
About what happens if
she should be fired straight.
The school facing liability here, Dan?
And another thing is, like, it looks like she's been working with kids since after her graduation, and it doesn't look like she's had like a bad childhood. So it looks like she's lived a relatively comfortable life, like with parents probably with enough money, gone to good schools for what it sounds like, had a good background. And as soon as she finished graduation, she went straight to working with kids. Are we sure this is the first time she's doing this shit? All right.
Depends what they knew. If they knew that something was going on, or if they failed to have appropriate policies and procedures to protect this child, then there could be liability. It really depends on their response, how involved they were with policing, what their teachers were doing, where the misconduct happened. Did it all happen away from the school, or did anything happen on school grounds? Those are some of the factors that lawyers would look at when determining whether there's liability here for the school.
So it's not
Yes,
just if
sir.
it should they.
Welcome, Donna. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Crazy story here. What, bro? I'm out here with some crazy ass story. I don't know if you read the description of the title of the stream, bro. But, bro, this is the most crazy shit I've heard in a while. Look at this. Just read this, Donna. Just read the title of the what you're seeing right here. Just, I don't know if you can see it, but just read it. I just did. Well, that's great. That's what we're reacting to right now. Like on some bullshit shit, bro. Like some psycho shit. These teachers are wild, and bro, I'm telling you, I don't know what is happening with teachers. Last time was here in the UK. Like teachers are just going wild this time around. It's like, bro, how do you have a kid with a 12-year-old, bro? I didn't even know 12-year-olds could ejaculate, chat. Like 100% didn't even know. When I was 12, I was playing football. And if I wasn't playing with football, I was playing with like Action Man and Robocops and cars. And you know them toy soldiers, like them green toy soldiers? I was playing with them shit. Bro, but a kid. It's a kid.
They have no.
That's what I'm saying. It's a kid. And the funny thing is, like, bro, it wasn't even going on like for, let's say, a month or whatnot. She's been going on for like years. Maybe when he was 10 years old. Maybe back to when he was 10 years old, bro. Shit is crazy.
Right. If it was reasonable for someone to know if
Shit is
if
how you sexually abusing a kid, a 10 years old kid when you're 28? She's 28, bro. Like
investigate educational, institutional sex abuse.
He's not even a teenager, bro. Not even. He's a baby. Those are babies, bro. Those are literally babies.
Something that a
babies.
should look into to see if there is.
Hey there, I'm Kelly.
Like it makes no sense.
Dirty water, and I've seen a lot of dirty water over the years. But no,
and the thing that's bugging me the most is that they were even living together. Like I don't know how the relationship even ended, or how the kids end up living in the teacher's house for them to be for the boy to abuse almost all the night. Like when the boy is in the showering by himself, teacher literally just go in there and lock the door inside with the boy. And the most craziest thing is that the teacher as well, while she was sexually abusing the other boy, the boys, while she was sexually abusing the victim, the 12-year-old, the 12-year-old siblings, like the younger siblings, as his younger brother, and his younger sister, they saw it. They literally saw it happening. So they literally testified. So just imagine if the oldest was 12 or 10 when all of this was happening. What about the youngest? And she was doing it in front of them, bro. In front of them. Women. I don't know what is going on with women. I don't know what is going on with women these years, bro. Like, yo.
To liability that you heard a lot of people.
Wait, the boy was living with a teacher? Yeah. Not like at some point, you know, like I think she kind of like become like the babysitter. Like I don't know how this actually happened. Like she kind of become like babysitter, and she was taking care of like the 3 kids. I think there are 3. So she was taking care of them at her place. Then it just became, I guess it became so normal that they just start staying with her. I don't know why. Why would your kids stay at your teachers? Where are your parents? Where are your dad? Where are your mom? Where's your house? Like, what? Why is your teacher even being your babysitter? Like, doesn't she have enough on her hand already? Like, bro, everything was just so weird. And they end up living together for a while. So it's like, yeah, shit is crazy, bro. Shit is
You
crazy.
didn't take steps to follow up on that. So we don't know what the situation was here, but I'm sure there'll be an investigation to look into that.
Right, and now to be clear, I'm not sure if this is a surprise to anybody, but if convicted, she could face...
It's not made up story. Lauren is not made up story. It is not a made up story. This is literally, it's Law and Crime. This is on Law and Crime channel on YouTube. It's not a made up story. It's something, it literally a day ago they put it on. It's literally happened. She's in jail. She's in jail right now. This is shit. Like, bro. Psychos out there, bro. Psychos, Laura. What did you say when I asked, if I remember? I said your name. Your name is really familiar, Lauren Zach. And I'm like, we probably messaged each other on Twitch DM, if I'm not mistaken. But your name is very, very familiar. Like, I do remember your name. I'm not 100% sure, but I do remember that name. That name is really familiar.
Behind bars.
This is a podcast? No, it's not a podcast, bro. It's just a video.
Aggravated sexual assault,
I guess they do podcasts as well.
10 to 20 years
but this is just like
crimes like sexual
videos on
assault,
YouTube.
child
Like that.
engagement that could result in 5 to 10-year prison sentences. Dan, I don't know if you're familiar.
But I
with
guess I think they do
along that.
podcasts
That's
as
what
well.
we found,
This shit
but
is
correct me if I'm
wild.
wrong, but generally speaking, I would imagine it's a long prison sentence, and if she's convicted, would it be towards the longer range that
Nah, she should be locked up forever, bro. She should be locked up forever. Like, when you're violating a kid's life like that, like anything that has to do with kids, bro, you should be locked up forever. Like, when you start violating kids' life, like, bro, you just so sick in your mind. For you to think about kids and do that shit to kids, you're already so sick in your mind. I feel like there's nothing that's gonna help you come out from that shit. You should be locked up in a dark cell with no one to see you, all by yourself. Like, that shit is bullshit.
than the shorter
Yo.
Yeah, the ranges.
The worst thing is, like, you had the other kids watching as well.
Worked with, and I think that because the child was so young when the alleged sex abuse started, then the prison sentence, if she's convicted, would be towards the higher end of that. If
higher end, it should be maximum. Maximum. That was a baby. She sexually abused a baby, bro. That should be maximum sentence. Locked up. On some big man thing, locked up.
History and someone was barely under the age of consent, it would still lead to a conviction and there would be some kind of punishment. But I think there are so many more aggravating factors here. The fact that it went on for so long, it wasn't one time. This was allegedly going on for years. There was another child who was in the home, which, as you mentioned before, that person's a witness, but also that child might also be a victim being exposed to sex abuse occurring while that child was also in the home. So there's a lot of aggravating factors here that, if true, would lead to a higher sentence.
By the way, if you're listening to this story, you might say, why?
I do remember now. I do remember. You were one of, like, the most, that's why I said that name. It's just like a name that I remember, like, from long time ago. You know what I mean? Like, from back then, as you said, back then when I started streaming, and I wasn't even, like, taking it serious and stuff. But yeah, crazy that you're back. Happy 2025 and welcome back, Lauren. Welcome back to my stream. Welcome back. You are welcome. And I don't know if you still have my Discord. I don't know why words doesn't come out of my mouth, but I don't know if you still have my Discord. But if you do, just message me on there. I'll add you on my server. Then we can continue all our chat from there.
Why does this sound strangely familiar? Well, the unfortunate reason is because we recently told you here on Sidebar about the case of Alyssa McCommon. And
that's an OG. That's an OG right there. You followed since 2022 and you never unfollowed. OG. That's an OG right there. You know what I mean? I appreciate that. 100.
So this is a former Tennessee teacher who's going to spend more than 2 decades in prison after she admitted she raped one of her students, causing her to become pregnant. The abuse started when he was just 12 years old.
Nah, Lauren be an OG follower, for real. For real.
25 years in prison without the possibility of parole for
Great.
Child rape, statutory rape.
I'll do that. As soon as we're done with this reaction, I'll get that done. No worries. It will be great to make it to speak to you again and see what you've been on about. Hold on, let's go back.
aggravating factors here. The fact that it went on
Sorry,
for so
sorry,
long. It wasn't
sorry,
one
sorry,
time.
chat.
This was
Sorry,
allegedly
sorry,
going on
YouTube.
for
Sorry.
years. There was another child who was in the home, which, as you mentioned before, that person's
I appreciate that, Donna. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Honored to be part of your journey. 100% Lauren. You're an OG. You are an OG on here. So hey, at this point we already made it all the way to 2025. So let's continue. Let's continue together and see where this boat takes us, you know. Let's see where this boat takes all of us. And you guys know, Donut, you too, you know that if we make it, it doesn't matter if it's me, if it's you, if we make it, if someday we make it out, like when I say make it, like make it big on Twitch, we're all making it big. You know what I mean? We're all going together. We're a pack. We're a little pack. We're a little community. We're a little pack. So we're going all together. So yeah. Let's continue.
But also, that child might also be a victim being exposed to sex abuse occurring while that child was also in the home. So there's a lot of aggravating factors here that, if true, would lead to a higher sentence.
By the way, if you're listening to this story, you might say, why does this sound strangely
as you
familiar?
said, bro?
Well, the
God's
unfortunate
plan.
reason is because
God's
we
plan.
told you here on Sidebar about the case of Alyssa
Sometimes it's not
McConnell,
great to
who's a
force
former
things.
Tennessee teacher who's gonna spend more
Just
than
let
2
things
decades in prison
flow. You know what I
after
mean?
she admitted
Let
she
things
raped
flow
one of
the
her
way they are.
students, causing her to become
God's
pregnant.
plan, as you
The
said.
abuse started when he was just 12 years old, around the same age as the alleged victim in the Caron case out in New Jersey, and McCommon was sentenced to 25 years in prison without the possibility of parole for child rape, statutory rape, sexual exploitation of a minor. Her case.
But did that other case, did that woman got pregnant? Because obviously we're comparing it, but this one, she got pregnant. She literally brought up the baby and all that stuff. She got pregnant. The other one, yeah, it's the same shit, is wild and all that, but did she got pregnant? Because obviously, I feel like if you end up getting pregnant after you sexually abuse someone, you end up getting pregnant and what? No, you should get double years. You should get a double years in jail, bro. There's no way. You should get a double years from what you would normally get. If that woman got 25 years for sexually abusing a 12-year-old as well, then she should get 50 years.
McCommon's case made headlines, especially because of all the twists and turns and the shocking
I
details.
let that
According
flow,
to the
but I'm
police
here.
investigation,
That's
McCommon
how
worked
it
as a
is.
fifth-grade teacher,
That's how it
befriended
is.
Caron, and then
That's one of the things that I hate. I hate when people like try to force things. It just feels like scam. You just feel like you're not taking other people or the person that you're trying to work with. You're not taking like consideration or their life or what they're going through. You know what I mean? Like their own point of view. You just want to do your own shit, and it's like, bro, it's a two-way cooperation. And if one side is not ready yet, there's no point of forcing shit. You know what I mean? Just let it flow, and what has to happen will happen. You know what I mean? But anyways, Lauren, you need to get a VIP on the chat. You need to get a VIP on the chat as well. You need to get a VIP on my stream. So yeah, I'll set you up as a VIP.
Fourth-grade teacher at Tennessee elementary schools. The investigation uncovered allegations that McCommon targeted multiple students, typically by befriending them online while playing video games. She then used social media to...
This one was a gamer. Someone was a predator gamer. No way. No way she was going on gaming and looking for minors, bro. No way. Yo, we have some cases in our hands, you know. We have some cases in our hand. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Convince the children to send nude photos and engage in sexual activities. It's believed that McCommon abused as many as 21 children.
Yo! And they gave her 25 years? Just 25 years? Yo, if that was a man, he's getting straight on life in prison. Life in prison straight. Bro, people will not even think about it twice. But she got 25 years for sexually abusing like multiple kids. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah, indeed. Can you share your Discord server link here in chat if possible? I don't think I can share it here in chat, but I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you on Discord on the message. I don't think I can chat wouldn't let me even write shit on my chat for some reason. Like my stream wouldn't let me write anything on my chat, which is weird. I don't know why, but hey, it is what it is. But I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you right after we're done with this reaction. I agree 100%. Now, where's the gender equality? Thank you. Gender equality. That's literally what I'm saying. It's like we be talking, and especially, and that the same women that be going with gender equality, gender equality, gender equality. You know what I mean? And it's like, bro, if there was a man, he doesn't even need to like sexually abuse a lot of different kids. Just sexually abusing one or two. That's already a life sentence, almost a life sentence. But this woman, this absolutely monster, has been sexually abusing kids for how many kids? Online, going and asking for as a predator, bro. And she just got 25 years. That's messed up. That's messed up, bro. Proper messed up.
In jail in September of 2023, she was able to post a $25,000 bond, but her release had a very specific condition.
Okay, I got
no
it.
contact
Yeah.
with the victim or any minors other than her own kids. What do you think happened? McCommon couldn't really follow the rules. She was rearrested, this time for stalking one of the children that she was accused of victimizing, even sending him texts.
This is your brain when you're struggling to focus.
Huh? What do you mean by that, bad player? I need to open the actual normal Twitch page and not try and write from thing you used to stream from. Oh, so I cannot write from Streamlabs, which is what I used to stream on. So Streamlabs wouldn't let me. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Makes sense then. Makes sense. Thanks for letting me know. So I just need to, and that's just even worse because I was thinking, yeah, I would type on my phone. I'll just type on my phone so that I can send it, but I don't even know like my Discord server like up ahead. I don't even have Discord on my phone. I have it on my computer. So yeah, I would do that later, Lauren. Don't worry about it.
Focus.
And thanks, bad player.
This is your brain when you're in the zone, but getting in the zone.
That he would, quote, regret this. She went right back to jail.
Yeah, just set it up next stream, yeah.
Aggravated stalking,
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that
then.
Then I'll set it up for next
the
stream.
Stunning revelation
Thanks.
that she's pregnant.
That's things that I don't know about, so it was great to know.
Told the victim she was going to have his children that she was accused of victimizing, even sending him texts that he would, quote, regret this. She went right back to jail on new criminal charges of coercion of a witness, aggravated stalking, harassment, and then during a court hearing, the stunning revelation that she's pregnant. And prosecutors played a recording where McCommon told the victim she was going to have his child.
Just forget we ever talked, okay? I'll raise this baby, and I love this baby, and I'll do it by myself. I'm gonna raise this baby. I can do this. I tried to tell you when it comes out looking like you. We don't have to talk anymore. Just please, God, tell me you're not gonna say anything. I'll never speak to you again.
As we mentioned, we talked about DNA.
Why would you even send that message to a 13-year-old, bro? Like, why? Why were you sending it out you like that? Don't even say nothing. If you got pregnant, don't even say nothing. Just abort that baby. That is not meant. That wasn't meant to happen. That wasn't meant to happen. Just abort and just go away. Go some far away in the mountain and just pray to God for the rest of your life. Like, bro, that shit is messed up.
Testing before the DNA testing
Messed up.
later proved that McCommon was indeed pregnant with the victim's child. And it was later revealed by the district attorney that the mother of the victim has custody of this grandchild. So in addition to 25 years in prison, the judge ordered that McCommon has to register as a violent sex offender, can't have any contact with the victims, and of course her teaching license was also revoked. You know, Dan, I'll give you an opportunity to talk about that case, but I also wanted to ask you, what happens
isn't this the other woman?
In these circumstances?
This is the other one. This is not the one that we're checking off. This is the one that we're comparing with.
This young man who's now an adult. I mean, going back to the Caron case, what usually happens
Yeah.
to the children?
Oh, so the other woman as well, she even had a baby too. Wow. So it is similar. So both women did, but the other one was like more open, like sexually abusing more other kids. That at some point, I guess she got pregnant. And that's when she sent that message saying, oh yeah, don't tell anyone, I'm going to raise it by myself or whatnot. Yeah, that's sick. That's sick. Ugh. I just want to vomit that shit, bro. Like,
who are
what?
conceived during the course of sexual assaults.
It's another really challenging part of this because the person who is in prison obviously is not going and allegedly, or maybe once they're convicted, not just allegedly committed sex abuse, they're not going to be given custody for a child like this. Maybe they'll get some visitation. And the other person who was a minor when the sex abuse happened, even if they've reached an age where they're an adult, they still might not be in a position in life to raise a child, right? Even just because someone reached the age of 18 or early 20s, they may not be ready to start caring for them. So
I am 27. I can't see myself taking care of no kids, okay? No kids. Like right now, I'm not prepared. I'm not even ready to, like, my life is still in shambles. Like, I'm still trying to pick up my pieces of my life like this. I'm like, damn, shit is falling all over, bro. Like, god damn, that's my life, literally. And you expect me to have a kid? What about, bro, this kid that literally had a kid when he was a kid? Like, it's even hurting my head just saying it. Like, most people, even in their 30s, are not even ready to get to have a kid. They're not even prepared. What would a 13-year-old or a 12-year-old do? Even if they're 18. Like 18, you're still like, bro, I've got school, I've got to go uni, I've got work. Come on, bro.
Sometimes you look for other family members, maybe a grandparent, uncle, aunt, but it is really challenging to find someone who could give that person a stable home when they were brought into this world in such a
honestly, same, bro. I can barely take.
What would be her defense, by the way? You mentioned
Take off
before.
myself,
Come up
LMO.
with defenses, maybe say that the
Real.
victim in this
Nah,
case,
this is just, it's just crazy
lying,
that
but
shit's
again,
like
the
this is
DNA test
actually
of the
happening
baby
out
would be
there, bro.
Pretty conclusive. Tell me what possible defense, other than I guess pleading guilty.
What will you defend yourself for? What, like, at this point, like, the DNA test will be done. It's gonna come out. Like, the kids has already testified. The little sisters have already testified that it did happen. That's why the kid looks like the older brother. Which obviously now the older brother is like probably 18 already, because that happened back in 2019, I think. That's what I said in the beginning. It happened back in 2019 when the kid was like 12, 13. So yeah. Wow.
Right. Well, certainly if there's DNA showing that the child is the biological child of the two people and one is underage, that you can't contest that in a serious way. Maybe you can contest some of the aggravating factors. Maybe the defendant can say that.
Like, what will your defense be? Like, chat, honestly, just I know it's really hard. I know it's really hard. Even for me, I'm trying to do it, but it's really, really hard. Just try and put yourself in that woman's position and try to defend yourself. What would you say? What would be your defense of having a kid with a 13-year-old? What would your defense be? Like, literally, just try and put yourself in that woman's shoe for a second. Even though it's the most disgusting thing you could do. Yeah, like, it's disgusting. But still, like, what type of defense could you come up with? Like, you were naked and you slipped and fell on the child's dick? Not just once, but a couple of times. Oh, are you gonna blame the kid that, oh yeah, it's the kid that did it to you? You didn't do anything? Yeah, bro, you cooked. You go into prison. Like, you go into prison. Like, bro, the fuck? Nothing. I should be punished because I deserve that. Just sick-minded people out there, bro. Like, that's the thing. Like, there's nothing you can say, and there's nothing you should say. At this point, you should just give yourself in. Claim guilty and go serve your years in the fucking dark corner of the prison and never come out. Literally never come out.
Really going on for,
because there's nothing you could say.
It was a
oh, even if you're like her lawyer, what type of defense would you try to put? Bro, I cannot. If I was a lawyer, I would never try to be defend someone like that. Like, there's just no way I could possibly see myself or see someone else defending something like that and make it sound sound coherent, make it sound acceptable. There's just no way anything would make it sound acceptable. There's just no way nothing you say or no other way you put it is gonna make it sound acceptable, bro. Like you cooked.
If
You
there's
fucked.
another sibling or another witness who's corroborating some of this, you have to. If the defense attorney would probably try to come up with a strategy to say what's their motivation to fabricate, but it's really challenging. Again, you have DNA, you have another witness in the case that we've been talking about. That's
There's
really hard to
nothing.
contest. So the defendant could plead.
There's
guilty
literally nothing
for a
she can
lighter
do.
Sentence. It would be tough with all the aggravating factors to get a light sentence, but maybe they could reduce some prison time in exchange for pleading guilty and not making the victim go through a trial.
I don't know. Really disturbing case. But thanks for coming on.
No.
Really appreciate it.
No.
It was great talking with you.
You go in jail, bitch.
Also, one more quick update for
Look
you
at
in this
her.
case. So
That's the
for
bitch.
pretrial detention
That
hearing
this is
today,
the bitch. This
Karen was actually
this woman.
released from jail
This
while her
this
case
bastard.
moves
This
forward, and
one.
her next court appearance is scheduled for the end of February.
And she's on a paid leave from her school. She's on a paid leave while all of this is going on. She should be sacked. Like she should be thrown out. Like thrown out, bro. Like what? Like what? Ah, this is crazy.
Keep an eye on it. And that's all we have for you here on this episode of Sidebar.
Well, there you go, chat. That is what I wanted to show you guys today. Just to see what you guys think about this shit that's been happening. Like, I don't know what is going on with teachers out there. It's not just in the US. Like, it happened not long ago in the UK. She didn't get pregnant, but might as well. And it's like it's happening a lot. I'm hearing about shit like this a lot. And it's just sickening. It's sickening to think that you, as an adult, someone that is already big enough, would think about violating a kid like that. Like, that is just, like, even now I'm thinking about it, I just want to throw up. Like, it's just gross on so many different levels. Like, anyways, I don't want to think about this anymore. Let me know what you guys think about what are your thoughts down below in the comment section. Those on YouTube, obviously. I'm seeing what my chat is saying here. I will talk with them afterwards, but those on YouTube, I would love to hear what you guys think about this, and if you could find any way to like defend her. If you were her lawyer, I mean, if you come out on my comment section and you find a way to defend her, I would log both of you together. I would literally log both of you together. But anyways, with that said, hopefully you enjoy my reaction. Sorry for the little sorry for a little I cannot say it. Sorry for a little interruptions here and there, but yeah, hopefully you did enjoy my reactions, and we'll leave it here because I'm sick of this shit. I'm really sick of this shit. And with that said, have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next reaction. Bye.